Human beings have been graced with radical individuality, creativity, and difference. As organisms, we are highly constrained into compact bodies. We have very limited ability to perceive and contact others, and we are grounded in a specific time and place. We are effectively alone. This situation gives rise to a desire, almost a compulsion, to remain aware of and connected to a collective, a crowd. The crowd allows individuals to lose themselves in the bliss of its anonymous generic depths. The lonely individual can escape from her freedom, her creativity, from the terror of actual choice, and slip into the mundane world of the any-man, the effortless, mindless comfort of the collective. While human beings are by nature very open to transformations, especially when we're young, they are also shackled by a stable ontogeny. The conservation of opinion is an evolutionary adaptation to maintain stability, and it rules with an iron hand over the crowd and the generics that are in the crowd. Class, race, position, wealth, power, social roles, risk, all of those things contribute to exacerbate the stasis field surrounding people and institutions that prevent change. But there are times when it becomes advantageous to change, when it is necessary to be different, even to buck the crowd. And so a social process exists whereby that is made possible. The instrument of that process is a sacred space, an enclosure in which we are allowed to try on change in much the same way we might try on a new outfit, in which transformations of the soul and of the destiny of the crowd may be viewed and considered and thought about and enjoyed vicariously. Technology amplified and abstracted that place of change, that safe space of transformation, which used to be the physical theater, and converted it into a rectangular viewport, a portal into another dimension, a detached, moving, handheld, portable feast. Star Trek is a story signal I watched avidly in my youth. I was too young to see the original broadcast, but the show has been in continuous syndication for 50 years, so there's been plenty of opportunity for me to watch it. As a young man, I consumed that signal through the lo-fi curved lens of a 24-inch television set, commercials and all. I used to sit on the floor and light up bowls of harsh Colombian shitweed pre-soaked in paraquat and eat Captain Crunch as the captain of the Enterprise laid out his oath of office in every episode, to go boldly where no man has gone before. Star Trek was a crucial story signal in those days. That is our thesis. It was published for use by a young, fairly literate, educated audience, people somewhat like me and perhaps older than myself, of what we would now call boomers. That audience was indeed receptive to the Star Trek message of peace, love, and interplanetary Western adventure. From the Leave It to Beaver attitudes of the 1950s into the groovy, subtly more conscious or oriental point of view that we achieved at the end of the 1960s, we were propelled as on a rocket into the beginning of time that we now know, the era of technological terror and technological promise, the man on the moon, lost in space, the nascent digital beginnings of computation and AI, the now. The transformations Star Trek presented were intended to buffer important events going on in America circa 1967. These were dramatic times, and we would expect to learn something about America from observing the transformations which were required to push that obsessively white, sexually repressed world dominating society forward into the present. An important question for this thesis is who precisely the aliens are who reside on these strange new worlds we are seeking out so fervently.